Welcome to Noctombre. This channel investigates the strange, the curious, the dark, and the unexplainable. Each entry follows what was recorded, how it was analysed, and what remains unresolved when official explanations reach their limits. This is a record of an interstellar visitor detected too late to intercept, and too strange to classify. This is the case of Oumuamua. In 2017, an object was detected moving through the inner solar system at extreme speed. It was first observed by astronomer Robert Work using the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii. It arrived from the direction of the constellation Lyra and was already on its exit route. It had arrived in our solar system completely unannounced, passed close to the Sun, and was leaving before anyone knew it was there. The object was named Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning scout or messenger from afar. Oumuamua was not bound by the Sun's gravity, nor did it follow an orbit consistent with objects formed in our solar system. It was the first confirmed interstellar visitor ever observed passing through our planetary neighborhood. Based on its trajectory, astronomers believe Oumuamua entered the solar system sometime during the 19th century, drifting unnoticed for decades before its brief encounter with our Sun. From the beginning, Oumuamua resisted classification. Its brightness fluctuated dramatically, suggesting an extreme shape, possibly 10 times longer than it was wide. Estimates described it as up to a kilometer long, yet only a few hundred meters across. Speculation followed quickly, due to the object behaving in ways that did not align with existing models. As Oumuamua receded from the Sun, researchers noticed something unexpected. Gravity alone could not explain its motion. The object exhibited a small but measurable acceleration that did not align with known orbital mechanics. Something was pushing it. Ordinarily, this kind of non-gravitational acceleration is associated with comets. As comets heat up, jets of gas erupt from their surfaces, acting like thrusters. But Oumuamua showed no visible tail, no coma, no detectable outgassing. Infrared observations revealed no dust cloud, no carbon-based emissions, no signatures typical of icy bodies. At the same time, the object reflected far more light than expected. It was observed to be twice as reflective as most comets. Its surface appeared unusually smooth, possibly metallic, or at least lacking in a porous texture associated with natural debris. Combined with extreme elongation and a tumbling rotation, Oumuamua began to resemble something less like a rock and more like a constructed object. Respected scientists, at least initially, agreed with this idea. In 2018, astrobiologist at the University of Hawaii's Institute of Astronomy, Karen J. Meech, stated, "We can't actually prove it's not something artificial. The color, the strange shape, the tumbling motion could all have other explanations." Harvard astrophysicist A.V. Loeb proposed a hypothesis many found uncomfortable, stating, "Oumuamua may be a fully operational probe, sent intentionally to Earth's vicinity by an alien civilization. Additionally, Loeb suggested it might be a light sail, a thin, reflective structure designed to be pushed by radiation from the stars. In such a model, the acceleration could be explained without outgassing. The object would not need propulsion in the conventional sense. It would simply ride the pressure of sunlight. Light sails are not science fiction. Humanity has already built and tested them, and if an advanced civilization wished to explore other star systems passively, a thin, durable sail could drift for millions of years, waiting to be illuminated again. Yet, Oumuamua's shape, reflectivity, lack of exhaust, and anomalous acceleration fit this model disturbingly well. The idea of an alien probe passing silently through our solar system and arriving before we noticed and leaving before we could study it properly was dismissed by many as sensational. Yet no definitive natural explanation fully accounted for all the observed properties at once. Unfortunately, before we were able to study it up close, Oumuamua was beyond our physical reach. In response to growing speculation, NASA and much of the astronomical community moved to stabilize the narrative. The prevailing explanation became that Oumuamua was a comet, albeit an unusual one. According to this view, jets of gas composed primarily of hydrogen could explain the acceleration without producing a visible tail. The object, they argued, was natural, merely rare. This explanation resolved some questions, but introduced others. Hydrogen outgassing at the required levels should still leave a detectable trace, yet none were observed. The shape remained extreme. The reflectivity remained anomalous. The lack of dust remained unresolved. As a doctor myself, it's worth noting that research papers often operate through provisional answers, many of which are speculative, offering a best guess. When confronted with phenomena outside of existing frameworks, researchers frequently apply the closest familiar category while gathering more data. These bookmark explanations are not deceptions, but they can be considered placeholders or labels meant to contain the uncertainty until better evidence arrives and new bookmarks can be placed. History shows that many phenomena initially explained away later required entirely new models. Neutrinos, for example, were long expected to be of zero mass until experiments showed they must have a tiny mass. Continental drift was debated up until the mid-20th century. Even things like the eggs we have for breakfast have been the topic of scientific debate, with some scientists adamant that they are bad for you, and others insisting that they are in fact a superfood. Oumuamua is no different. With Oumuamua, the opportunity for further study vanished almost as quickly as it appeared. No probes were dispatched, no follow-up mission was possible. The object slipped beyond Jupiter's orbit, faded beyond detection, and is noted to leave the Sun's gravitational and magnetic influence by 2038. What remains is not proof, but a residue of unease. An object from another star system entered our solar system, behaved unlike anything previously observed, resisted clean classification, and left before we could understand it. Whether Oumuamua was a rare natural fragment, perhaps debris from a planetary collision, an exotic form of matter, or something deliberately constructed, remains unresolved. And until another object like it appears, and we are ready to intercept it, Oumuamua stands as a reminder. The solar system is not closed off, and not everything that passes through it announces its purpose. That concludes this entry, but every shadow leads to another trace, and every trace to another unanswered question. If you want the next case as soon as it resurfaces, stay with us. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and step back into the dark with Noctombre.